thinking.
Yeah, that was good. Your body language and everything is spot on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so. And so here, right here, this is where you transition go. You know, it might make a lot of sense that maybe we don't get a real big policy right now. And like, you will see their shoulders drop when you say, like, oh, good. Like, you will see your client relax when you say, you know, it might make a lot of sense is maybe since you already kind of have something established, maybe we don't get a real big policy right now. Maybe we start, you know, a little bit smaller, you know, get some, just to, you know, kind of, and while you're kind of making sure everything is in order what you think it is. And then if you want to add more down the road, you can. But it seems like since you already have something, you know, I don't know, you maybe start off cheap and then kind of go from there. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. I'm big on that. You want to start off cheap and then go from there? Because you can't, it's hard to say no to that. You want to start off cheap? Or, yeah.
That's why the stock in Dollar Tree is so high.
Right. You want to start off cheap and then maybe go from there?
Start off cheap.
Okay. And that even opens up doors to say, all right, so cheap's different for everybody. You know, I mean, honestly, these policies, they really, they're so flexible now. Like, you would believe, like, we can add just an extra $1,000 or $2,000. It's crazy how impactful that is. Like, you won't pay much for it right now, but when they get that check, it's huge. Mm-hmm. Who's in charge of your funeral? Like, we already talked about that. I know it's not something I want to think about.
It'll be my brother.
Awesome. Yeah. You guys talked about it all? Does he just know he's the person who's got to do it?
Yeah, we kind of mentioned it. You know, he doesn't really want to talk about it too much.
I can only imagine. You guys close?
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, more than anything right now today, I really want to, if we can, I'd like to try to find something definitely more than anything that's inside your budget, just to shore you up a little bit, and then you know, we'll go in there. Because I always tell people, I mean, it makes no sense to buy something that's coming out of your budget. 6 months down the road, something's going to happen. Always in the roof's going to leak, car's going to break down, something. And then if you have to make a choice between, you know, life insurance policy or fixing your roof, if it's that tight, you're always going to choose fix the roof. You have to. You can't even get the drift on. So I just want to make sure more than anything, like we stay inside the budget. Okay. In fact, you see a number, you're just like say instead of like. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to start. Well, I'm going to start real basic. I'm going to start like I'm going to do a 1, a 3, a 5, a 10,000, and you just kind of point up or down. We'll figure something out. We'll make sure we strengthen you up a little bit. And they go, no, I really do want to go. It's like, okay. But see, when I give them permission that we can start with micro amounts, they'll push. If they want more, they will push me. But what they won't do is if you start up too high, they won't push you low because their ego's in the way.
Right. They don't
so I got to start pretty low and then go from there. And say, if you want to see something higher, yeah, no problem. It just takes a second. Hang on. But I give them permission to get something. Because a lot of times people will start, and then by the time you have to think, let me see go ahead and look at, what is 5,000? What does 10,000 look like? If we were to go ahead, I get that all the time. I mean, I can't say how many times I got to do something this last weekend. Say, let me go ahead and see, like, because once they get comfortable and they don't feel pressured, now they're buyers and you're not selling anymore. They're like, okay, let me go ahead and see. It's like, yeah, no problem. And here's the trick, right? If they push you up, there's a phrase you can say. It's like, do you feel a little bit better with a little bit more coverage? I mean, and that's not too intolerable of a rate. But does that make you feel better? Does that make you feel better? Getting a little bit more. Look, all right. Well, if it's not too much, let's do that. Because I definitely want you to feel good about it. So, all right. Sorry, I've done a lot of talking.
No, it's fine. Where are we at? We're going back to
start with work insurance. Let's talk about let's talk a little bit about kind of what you already got. Start with that. There's the temperature right there. I'm about to go crank it down.
I don't know. You pointed and I don't know.
It's because it's so microscopic. You go in Brant's office and just lower it like by 3 degrees. Thanks, dude. It's like a temperature gauge about that big. It's tiny. Thanks.
You feel okay. That's all you don't have in here. That's everything else.
I know. Thanks, bud. I'm good. This is on a long sleeve shirt.
That's like 77.
That's what it is. Did you lower to 73 or something?
65.
Good man. I've got those other leads too. I just read it. As soon as we're done with this, I'll print them out.
No worries. So, Chris, as far as other types of life insurance policies, what kind of policies do you have right now?
I've got one through work.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's just one of those things. I guess you sign up for at the end of the year or something.
Gotcha. Now, do you know, does that cover like heart attack and stroke, or just maybe accidental type stuff? Or?
No, it covers both.
Covers
I think
both.
it covers anything.
Oh, that's good. I always recommend people to get as much of that stuff as they can.
Yeah.
So very inexpensive. Now, if as far as policies that you have complete control over, you can't take away from you, what kind of policies do you have like that?
You mean like something at work or?
Well, like probably not at work, outside of work.
Yeah, I got one policy. It's like $25,000 for as long as I can remember.
25. Okay. Do you know about how long it's been, or how old you were when you signed up? Or
Gosh, it's got to be at least 20 years old. 20 years a while ago. Yeah, I don't pay a whole lot for it.
yeah. Now, do you is that something that you think is going to expire at some point, or do you get a statement like it's building value? Or
I do get they send me something every year. I don't think it builds a whole lot, but it's still enforced, and the rates never changed on it.
okay, well that's good. That's good. Now, when you get that policy, what was your in the back of your mind when you got that policy?
It just seemed like something I should have. I didn't have any coverage at the time. I just wanted to make sure it seemed like, it sounds silly, but it just seems like what something responsible adults do.
Right. Yeah, makes sense.
I just wanted to make sure I had something in place.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great. Now, I know that we did get, the reason I'm talking to you is we got a request through the internet, I believe. You got on our website and talked to somebody.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah. And it doesn't give us a whole lot of detail. It looked like you were looking into something. Kind of help me understand what your motivation was, what you're thinking.
It's been a while since I've got anything. I saw it come in. I was kind of curious more than anything else to see what it's all about.
Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of my clients, they're kind of the same position as you. They're really looking to try to shore up what they have just in case what they have it's a little different than what they originally thought, and just to put themselves in a better position financially. So
Is that kind of what you were thinking?
is that kind of what you're thinking?
You nailed it right up to that point. If you would have sat there long enough, I think you would probably ask me that. Is that kind of what you were thinking? Like I'm giving them, like they didn't know the answer, so it's like I'm cheating for them. Like here's the answer. Yeah. I'm literally just giving them the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of what you were thinking? Now all they have to do to sound smart is say the word yes.
Yes.
I always want my clients to feel smart, like they're the hero. Okay, so.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that cut?
So start with, is that what you're kind of thinking?
Is that what you're kind of thinking?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I definitely, that sounds right.
Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. Typically what we do is we'll start off with something.
So I'm gonna stop you there. I'm gonna give you the right words. Ready? If that's the case.
If that's the case.
What we might want to do is.
What we might want to do is.
Maybe start with something kind of small.
Maybe start with something kind of
Keep
small.
the price really inexpensive.
Keep the price really inexpensive.
And then maybe build up from there.
And then maybe build up from there.
Do you want to start off with something cheap and then maybe go from there?
You want to start off with something cheap and maybe go from there?
Yeah, that sounds good. That's it. Kind of the good things. That's really the only part that you're missing. So go from the part where a lot of my clients do. Let's do that.
A lot of my clients are really looking to shore up what they have already, just in case it wasn't.
Time out. A lot of my clients are in your similar situation. You got to group. You got to do that herd. It's herd mentality. Got to group them together. They're all part of the herd. They're either, a lot of people are there. They just want to make sure that they got something just in case as a backup to the other one if it's not quite what they think they are or have. And if it is, you'll just kind of shore up their, strengthen their financial position. Is that kind of what you were thinking too? And see, if I had an outward two on into that one there, it really, I'm one of them. Makes it easy. So that makes sense. And then it's like, what might make sense too is since you already have that other one in place and you got that one at work for now, maybe we start today, maybe we just start with something small, kind of get something a little bit more strengthen that position like you were talking about. And then that'll keep it cheap. And if you ever want to, go up, we can kind of visit. And that you maybe today you want to start with something kind of cheap, and we'll go from there. It's my wife, so hang tight. Hey, babe. Yep, I'm doing a lot of string right now, doing hot seat. I will. Love you. Bye. All right, ready?
So,
And this will be, we'll do this like maybe 2 more times and we'll wrap up. So I don't want to beat you to death.
right. I can go back and.
Yeah, and it's being recorded. Why don't we start off with, I mean, you can start with, why don't we do this? We'll make this the last one. Start off with, so why don't you tell me, why don't we start off with like, maybe tell me like what kind of coverages do you have in place, right?
So tell me,
And that's right on the ATM. It's going to be like
Right.
there. So you'll see it.
so tell me what kind of coverages do you have in place right now?
Got some at work. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. Do you know if that coverage would be for accidents or for heart attack, stroke, or was it covered?
I think it covers everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I always recommend my clients to get as much of that stuff as they can. It's really cheap. Now, what type of policies do you have that that they can't avoid?
Like what do you mean? Like outside work or
Probably outside of work. Something that you have complete control over.
maybe you own?
Maybe you own.
Okay. I've got one policy that I got about 20 years ago. It's just like a little $25,000 policy.
Okay. Do you that's like a permanent type policy, or does it build cash value? Or
I don't think it builds a lot of cash value. I do get a statement every year from it.
you get a statement.
Yeah, and I mean, the price never seems to go up on it, and it seems to be good. I mean, I think it's just designed to last forever or something.
Oh, good. Okay, that's smart. Now, as far as we got this request from you in the mail. We're looking at it. It doesn't give us a whole lot of detail what exactly or why what you're looking to take care of. We got this request for life insurance, and what was your motivation? What were you thinking about?
Honestly, more than anything, I was just curious about what it was all about.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Well, looks like you're like a lot of my clients. They're a lot of my clients are looking to
Well, here, do this for me. Instead of trying to memorize like my script or anything like that, everything you're saying is like right on. Your body language is perfect too. I mean, it's great. You're doing really good. Just, it's almost like when you handle an objection on the phone. It doesn't matter what you say. It's just the fact that you say something.
right.
It's kind of the same scenario right here. A lot of my clients, you could even say stuff like, just kind of they find themselves shopping around.
Right.
Just say whatever the hell you want to say. I don't care what you say here. It's
Wow.
yeah, exactly. You're bringing a comfort level. You say, that makes sense.
Right.
Like you're good at that type of stuff too. That makes a lot of sense. That's smart.
Normally, I don't lock up in front, but I'm just trying to follow your.
I know. But what I'm saying is more important is that, like he just said it, is like you kind of have that flow going,
Right.
where you say, that makes a lot of sense. A lot of my clients sound a lot like you. They're kind of just shopping around a little bit, and in the back of their mind, they're thinking like, and just talk, just say something. And now here's the one thing. I don't really care what you say there, but you better know where you're going. And where you're going is, the words you're looking for, is that kind of what you're thinking? Because right before you say those words, you're making a suggestion of some sort. So I don't care if you say, a lot of my clients, they have birthday parties too. Like they like pink drafts and stuff. Is that right? I don't care what the words are. Say something, but you're going, like in my mind, I'm just crystal clear where I'm going. I will say whatever fits the situation. It changes constantly. I've told you like 3 different ones right here. But I'm always at the end. I'm always going back to, is that kind of what you're thinking? Okay. Like, cause I just want to make a sale and I want to help them out. I'm going somewhere with this. So go ahead and
pick up back at home.
So pick up with, all right, so I was just kind of curious, so you established what I have already. What do you have that you don't, that nobody can take away from it? Okay, like when you sent this form in, when you were on the internet, when you contacted us, what was in the back of your mind? Start with that.
So when you sent this form into us, what was in the back of your mind? What were you thinking about?
I saw it coming in the mail. I was just kind of curious.
That makes sense. Sounds like you're kind of in the same situation as a lot of my clients. A lot of them are just looking to have a backup plan, make sure what they have already is solid, and to kind of shore up what they have already, just in case as a plan B. Is that what you're kind of thinking?
That was perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
And then I'll go into,
Well, think, where would you go? Where would you naturally go from here? I just agreed with you.
Yeah, I would
Go ahead.
suggest.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much right.
That's pretty much right. So I would,
It's one more suggestion. Is all you're one suggestion away from closing this.
so would you say what I recommend?
What was he supposed to say? Do you know?
I think there could be a few different, so you agree that, this is something you need outside of work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right, well, these are a few of these policies. Which,
So I'm gonna hang out there. Time out. You jumped the gun a little bit.
Yeah,
What would you say right there? What is he supposed to say? You know where he's at? That's okay. All right. So you got one more suggestion, and the suggestion is
Small policies.
small policy,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
the suggestion is, you know what might make sense.
Start small.
That's literally, and honestly, you can say whatever you want after you say, you know what might make sense.
You did amazing with your
Oh.
classes now. So it makes sense.
Not but, because now you don't want to put that word in there.
No, but
I would not, but because now it suggests that they've come up short of protecting themselves.
okay.
You're setting them
No one
up,
feel like you did that.
right? But could have done better. Yeah, but that's the subliminal that you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what might make sense? After kind of hearing you do sound like you're in a very similar situation as a lot of my clients. What might make sense is maybe we start, like, for now. See, there's two things I'm doing there. For now, which means that there's other opportunity down the road, and it means we're doing something. You know what might make sense, like for now, is maybe we start with kind of like keep it a little bit smaller, since you've already got some stuff in place already. Let's just keep our price down, to kind of get going. It gives you a chance to sort of figure out, like, because when you get your new policy in, I'm sure you'll probably get the old one together and they'll dust everything off and kind of have a good feeling where you're at. And then if you want to increase it, down the road, we can. Does that make sense? You want to try to maybe keep it cheap to start with and go from there? Mm-hmm. Try that.
So,
Start with, a lot of my clients.
a lot of my clients are kind of in the same situation as you. They're looking to have a backup plan to make sure that they have something that, just in case what they have is not quite what they thought it was, and to kind of shore things up, just kind of so they have a plan B. Does that kind of sound like what you were thinking?
Yep. You said the same thing twice, and again, I don't really care what you say, so that would have been fine. No, that would have been fine. But if you give them two, like, just kind of short things up, give them a little buffer, would have been better than a plan B. Because you already said, in case, like, you just restated the same thing twice, which is fine, it's something. But if I can give them multiple avenues to go down, pick one. I mean, they have all kind of reasons.
Right.
Then they could agree to anything.
So we're giving them something in case they don't know what they don't have.
Yeah, just in case it's not quite. It sounds like maybe not. I mean, yeah, just in case it's not quite exactly. Maybe it's not. Yeah, maybe it's not 100%.
Okay.
But also at the same time, if it is, say now I'm rescuing them. But if it is, strengthen your financial position a little bit. Strengthen your position. You don't have to say financial. Strengthen your position a little bit. Is that kind of what you were thinking? Okay. That being said, you know what might make sense.
Yeah. Should I start again, or
You can pick it up. You've got that first part down. I almost want you to start off. You know what might make sense? Like, so say this phrase. Now hearing kind of what you got, you know what might make sense. Like, say that.
Hearing what you got, what might make sense is to put a little bit of coverage in place, just to
Maybe we start off with something small.
hear what you got, and what might make sense. Maybe we just put a little. We start off with something small, and then you can.
So I'm doing two. I'm building. I'm gonna edify what they've already got. You already got it. You've already got something in place. That's good. What might make sense, since you've already got that, is maybe we start this first one off a little small, keeps your price low. Because here's what they're thinking: what the hell is this thing going to cost? So I'm addressing it right now. Maybe we start off you've already got something in place. That's more than most Americans. So maybe today, we just maybe start off with something small. That way we keep the price low to begin with. And then, once you kind of got a good bearing on things, we can always increase it down the road. Does that make sense? You want to maybe start off with something, keep the price low today, and then kind of go from there. That was 2 truck closes in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Try one more time.
Okay.
You know what might make sense? Start with that.
You know, it might make sense is,
Yeah, I think we're hitting the point where we're getting brain overload. It's probably a good time to stop and let you watch the tape.
but yeah, it's real helpful. I mean, that's probably the,
Get the tape, because all you need to do is practice it. Like, you're going to hear this over and over again, but the flow is pretty simple. And once you do it, you'll bumble your way 1 through 1 or 2. Once you get it, you'll be closing these all day, because there's only so many situations that you're going to run into.
right,
You know?
it's a handful at the most.
That's it. And most people aren't going to know exactly why they send it in. Most people want to belong to a herd, and most people like the idea of paying for less insurance and starting off from there. And you'll sell a lot more of it. And the ones, don't worry so much about, well, aren't you selling them too low? Let's start with making sales first, then we'll worry about getting them higher. And I've also found that when you give people permission to start small and they want to go higher, they will push you up. Are you leaving some money on the table? Maybe. You really, I mean, yes, that's a legitimate concern, but let's learn how to make a sale first. And then as you get better and better, you'll get better at reading it. The only change is your starting point's a little higher. Like, you'll get a better read on it. Because again, cheap is relative. It's cheap $10 a month, or is it $100 a month? That's on the house share. Makes sense. But the psychology is the same in all. All right. Awesome. All right. Hope this helped, Riddle. Anybody that's out there in Riddle land. All right, buddy. You guys give Steven a hand and thank you and all that stuff. Everybody's clapping all over the country. All right. Did you get something out of that?
I did.
Good.
I have lots of questions.
I am sure. All right, let me close this. Hey, Kim. Hey, I see you. See who else is on here if I know anybody else. You're not Sydney. Oh, yeah, you're Sydney. Hey, there's Mike Hartley. What's up, Mike? Thanks, buddy. See who else is there. Tony is on. Hey.
Good job, Chris. Great
Hey.
job.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it, brother. Hope it helped. Hope to help. All righty. I'm disconnecting, you guys. Y'all be good.
All right, bye-bye.
Have a good one, everyone.
All right, bye-bye.